I can no longer sit back and allow communist infiltration, communist indoctrination, communist subversion, and the international communist conspiracy to sap and impurify all of our precious bodily fluids.
I gotta comb. I just can't stop combing. Oh, God. Here it's combing again. Oh, God. It's a big one. Here it comes. I did not realize we were in the midst of a renaissance on the debate of pornography. There's a lot of talk about combing going around. In fact, I just watched the debate between two grown men today, arguing whether or not you should touch your penis. What a time we live in. I love it. I love it. But it is an important question, apparently. Lots of hot takes out there on cumin, and more importantly, pornography. I'm sure there's just a breadth and depth of literature out there, scientific and sociological, about the effects that pornography has on a person and a group of people. Everything from how it affects dopamine receptors, mood swings, social interactions, sexual interactions, libido, self-image, all of it. I'm sure there's a ton of very interesting scientific papers that are out there, but come on, I'm not going to read any of that. Instead, allow me to bloviate, because this is the internet and that's what we do. A researched opinion? Where do you think you are? You silly fucker! Is pornography harmful to society? Should pornography be banned? This seems like a topic of discussion that you wouldn't really expect to pop up now, but for some reason it is. I guess we're playing musical chairs with shit. Let's legalize the weed and ban the porn. We've got a little Berenstein Bears with things here, but I'll roll with it. This debate on whether porn is harmful to the individual, if it's harmful to society, it's not really a debate about pornography at all. This isn't about whether porn affects you in a negative manner. This is a debate about the onus and where it lies. Does it lie on the individual, or does it lie on the collective? Who makes the decision for what's best for everyone? Do we have a free society where you're open to choosing your own path even if you make mistakes? Or a more restrictive society where boundaries are put in place to protect you from potentially harmful acts? Now, you could make the argument that pornography is a terrible thing and that it's destructive to your life and that it should be banned. But if you're willing to make such an argument, you need to follow it up with other logical arguments. If you look around your house right now, I would almost wager you're surrounded by all sorts of harmful shit that there's really no reason you need access to. Trans fats, high fructose corn syrup, nicotine, alcohol. These are all detrimental physically and mentally to an individual, and yet legal. Because we have this idea of moderation, I suppose, that we believe that people can control themselves. And likewise, if you're willing to make the argument that pornography is not detrimental to the individual or to society, then you have to account for a few things, like explaining away the hypersexualization of children, who've seemingly been exposed to it so much that it's warped their little minds. As we have boys dressing as girls, gay pride parades where men walk around with their cocks out, furries shitting in diapers and running around, and just general deviant behavior. As the saying goes, permissiveness is the path to perdition. I know nobody likes to talk about the slippery slope, but we are on a slalom. At least it feels that way for the last 10 years. So this debate seems to be raging on. Who's right and who's wrong? Well, I couldn't tell you. Why would you listen to my opinion on this? I'm a faceless asshole on the internet. I play video games and watch anime. And you know what? I bet half the people that are giving you a hot take on this particular topic are the exact same way. Now maybe we could all live the Franklin lifestyle. You know why I like Ben Franklin? In his little autobiography, he could have written anything. But he wrote the truth. He wrote that he stole money, that he blackmailed his brother, that he tried to fuck his best friend's wife. All his sins he laid out bare. And why was that? Because he believed that morality was an inward perspective. It wasn't something he was seeking to thrust out on other people, but something he himself constructed to live by. By living by an example, he came up with his own list of virtues and tried to adhere to them. But I don't think anybody in this day and age would ever take that approach. It's much easier to enact our will on others than to show some willpower and enact some restraint on ourselves. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a little lightheaded here. I've been going on at length for a little while, and I haven't even gotten to the point of this video. This isn't an in-depth discussion. We're not going for philosophy or morality. Not talking about a secular or religious ethical position on any of this. I'm here to tell you the God's honest truth. I want you to sit your ass down, Neo, because it's time for a motherfucking red pill. Here's the truth about the Coomer. It starts off innocent enough. There you are, jacking off 25 times a day.
I wank in bed, I wank in the bathroom, I've wanked in the movies. I had a wank the other day in Piccadilly Circus toilets.
Russell masturbates up to 25 times a weekend.
Totally normal. Nothing out of the ordinary with this. Who hasn't masturbated in Piccadilly Square? I hear it's a British tradition, but soon it becomes just not enough. It's just not enough for you anymore. And the next thing you know, you're in a hospital. You've broken into the emergency room and you're looking for unconscious girls. 'Cause you've got a coom like a motherfucker. Oh, your precious seed is getting spilt everywhere. Security can't stop it. You have upper arm strength that can't be held back. Your cooming addiction reaches a point where even the death of your father makes you furiously orgasm.
When you're on your knees at your father's funeral, at his casket, and you're saying goodbye to him, and then you have 9 orgasms right there, while your whole family is standing behind you, it just makes you never want to have another orgasm as long as you live. But you know what? You just keep on coming.
But it all leads to one singular destination, one endpoint along your journey of nonstop masturbation and pornography abuse. The Coom Room. Take a look, Neo. Take a look behind the veil and see the future that awaits you. You recognize her? That's the bitch from the brat barn. The truth is, for the past 20 years, women have been working in concert together behind the scenes to create mass amounts of pornography, to make men addicted to ejaculating. Also, they could harvest our precious, sacred bodily fluids. Now, what are they going to do with it? I couldn't tell you. I haven't been to the Coom Room yet, but I'd rather be dead than strapped to that fucking table. And those brat barn bitches are the ones behind it all. Because ladies don't like it when you make fun of their farts.